you feel that the new comedy, there's so much atheists? I feel that's kind of like the new hack comedy to me.
It's always been that way. I'm not a proponent. I mean, I've studied religion in college, and I take my kids. That's where I got into physics. See, the chances of this thing happening, like by accident, carbon-based life forms, but heavy stars, deuterium, and you get into the quantum physics of it. It's very peculiar that we're here at all.
Yes.
It's very peculiar that this worked like this, and some of these ancient texts, especially Jewish texts, I give these guys, Jews, great credit because there was 300 or 400 years before the Buddhists. They came up with law from Sumerians, Babylonians, blah, blah, blah. But basically, without law, we'd eat each other. You know, that human nature, this is, I think John Wayne said, you can't legislate it. He said, he turned from a very good progressive from Democrat to a Republican because he got pushed by we think. And he said, listen, you can't legislate human behavior. You put 30 people in a room, give them all $1. In a week, 2 guys are going to have all the money. That's just how it works. Yeah. People do this evolution of mankind. And I said, I've never been, like, church was never, I got kicked out of more churches because of stupid crap I'd say. Like even the bishop said, we just don't want you around here anymore. I mean, literally.
Well, don't you find sometimes the problems with atheism is that really their problems are with churches, not with God?
Well, listen.
They go, there's no God because a priest fucked a kid. It doesn't make any sense.
No, and I said, my older daughter's atheist, and I said, well, philosophically, it's an irony there too, because atheists don't believe in God. Well, there has to be a God for you not to believe in. And my daughter goes, she's still in therapy over that.
No, I always wonder about that because, and also, the atheists are usually choosing a God not to believe in.
You have to have a God not to, otherwise.
Like Dawkins doesn't believe in a Christian God specifically.
Exactly, and I said, there's a Mark Kornhauser, used to be a magician, that I work with all the time, and this is one of my analogies for the spiritual life. He goes, he did that trick where you rip a newspaper. Remember, well, magicians always worked with us with prop acts, and you know, comics probably are going prop act. You know, a lot of prop acts I like. The Amazing Jonathan is hysterical, and I like magicians.
But what, hey, you rip
the newspaper, and then you unfold it. And I'm on stage going, it's magic. I watched both hands. There's no, he didn't. You know, I couldn't get it, so I backstage said, "Show me that." He goes, "No, I'm not showing you that. If I show it to you, 3 things will happen. You'll go, oh shit, that's stupid. Then you'll try it, and magic will no longer mean anything to you. And that's the same thing. One day I was saying, I wonder what like prophets saw. And then God, imagine that if God said, listen, if I show you what's really going on here, you're going to go, oh, that's stupid. And then you're going to try to tell people, and the third thing is you just won't want to be here anymore. This won't mean anything. So you got to, I heard some guy say—
The only guy he ever showed was Job.
And then I think the prophet Islam.
Ezekiel?
No, Muhammad. They showed him, and then he wrote it because his miracle, he said to his staff, was—
We're not going to get too deep into that.
No, but you don't want to get into that. He couldn't read or write, so he said his miracle was he wrote their holy book.
But he was a nice guy, from all accounts.
Really, he was a good guy.
I actually got into an argument on the subway, and the guy quoted the Bible at me. That is not fair. Like, if you get to quote from your favorite book, I should be able to quote from my favorite book, right? He was like, men do not live on bread alone, Matthew 4:4. And it's like, everybody's a little bit magic, Harry Potter, chapter 7. It's not a fair fight, right? One of those books is a classic about a man who has sacrificed himself for the good of the world, and the other is the Bible. Do you know what I'm saying, people?
I disagree. I don't think the Bible joke is brave at all. I think if you're going to take on an entire religion, you should maybe know what you're talking about. J.K. Rowling is a Christian, and J.K. Rowling famously said that if you're familiar with the scriptures, you could easily guess the ending of her book.
Huh? Okay.
I don't like it.